Hey girls, welcome to our very first video. We're so excited that you're here.
No matter where you are in your money journey and your money knowledge, this is where you're starting, video one, and that's because in this video, we're going to be going over your relationship with money.
And your relationship with money is arguably one of the most important relationships in your life. So it does not matter where you stand, and you might not even know where you stand in terms of this relationship. Are you single? Are you dating?
I don't know.
Are you married? It doesn't matter. We're gonna walk you through everything you need to know, A to Z. So stick with us.
So a bunch of years ago, a book came out that literally shook the world. It's called The 5 Love Languages. It's by Dr. Gary Chapman, and basically what he said is something so revolutionary. He's like, people like to give and receive love in different ways. And if you know how you like to receive love, if you know how you like to give love, then that makes your relationship with your spouse, with your friends, with your family so much stronger.
And so much more successful.
So going off that idea, we all have a relationship with money. You have a relationship with money.
Whether you know it or not.
Exactly, like you might not know it yet, but the first step is to identify what your relationship is so that you can build it going forward and then make that relationship so much more successful.
So you might be sitting here wondering, well, what is my relationship with money? And that's where Talia and I come in. So we're gonna sit down right now, we're gonna list out for you the 5 money languages that you can fall into. And as we're sitting here, as we're describing them, you have one job, and that is to figure out which language you are.
You might never have even thought about how you make and spend your money and how that impacts your relationship with money. But let me tell you a little secret. It's important. It will impact how much money you have down the line, your savings, your ability to retire, going way into the future. So we're gonna start off with the first money language, and that is a closet eater.
Okay, so a closet eater. If you have ever tried to diet and you've told anyone you're trying to diet, you know that you're supposed to be eating healthy, eating your lean and your green, your protein and your vegetables. And when you're feeling those carb cravings, it's called closet eating. You're secretly going into the pantry and you're grabbing those pita chips. You're grabbing, what else do people love? Potato chips, Pringles, pretzels, cookies.
Yum.
Oh, okay, pastries. That's my weakness for sure. Got me there. And it's called a closet eater. Why?
Because you're embarrassed.
You're embarrassed. You know that you should not be eating this bad food because you're on a diet. And that's exactly how it relates to money. You know you don't have the money to be spending, but you cannot help yourself for whatever the reason. You need that pair of shoes. You need that mini lip gloss that they just scammed you to buy at the Sephora checkout because they placed it in that strategic place.
There's a sale going on and you literally could not use another shirt if you tried, but you know what? You have to order 10 because they're on sale. Whatever your weakness is, you're falling for it and you're feeling bad about it. Don't get us wrong, but it's still something that you can't afford and you're continuously spending money that you don't have.
So, are you a closet eater? Ask yourself.
Think about it for a second, but not for too long, because our second money language we're calling a roller coaster. What do we mean by that? We mean you're working hard and you're playing hard also. You're going like up, making money, good job, spending, up, making, and everyone knows those people. If you're in one of them, if you have one of them in your life, they're making $100 in a day, killing it, but they go spend it the next day.
It's like you get your first babysitting job and you make that $60 and then you're like, you know what? I always really wanted that iron or that blow dryer that's worth $60. So you made that money, you
lost
spent it.
Guess
it's
what?
gone.
You're saving nothing. And proud of you for making that money, but you need to be able to recognize that you're spending it just as quickly as you're making it, and we need to do something about that ASAP.
So, are you a roller coaster? Could be. I hope not. Even if you are, work in progress, we're gonna work on that.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on, we got the Soul Cycler. All right, that is hot, it is trendy, everyone loves a good Soul Cycle.
It's the best one.
Literally, you put in blood, sweat, and tears. I'll say it again because I don't know if you've ever been to a Soul Cycle class.
It's so rough.
Literally, blood, sweat, and tears comes out. Like, I walk out of there and I'm like, I need a bed. Like, I can't
When
move.
you're in, there's nothing like the
step.
feeling, like when you're in a Soul Cycle class and you're like,
my God.
Would rather die than continue for the next 20 minutes. But you know what? That's what the Soul Cycler is. They're working so hard. They are hustling like you would not believe.
But what they're also not doing is they're not going to Joe's Pizza and grabbing 3 slices after. After they worked super hard, they're going for a healthy meal. Acai, pliables, salad, smoothie. What else?
Nuts. I feel like everyone loves almonds and cashews. Like they're eating healthy because they know I work so hard and I'm not going to go throw away these 500 calories I just burned on a pizza. And that's exactly how it relates to money.
You should not be making a ton of money and then spending it all. That's the roller coaster. If you're a soul cycler, you're working hard, you're making a lot of money, and you're being frugal with what you're spending it on.
You're spending, but on what's necessary. You're being smart about your purchases, just like how soul cycler people, and you know the type, like, you know those people, like, they live for soul cycle, they're very smart about what they're eating. And the same thing is with money. Soul cyclers are very smart about how they're spending their money. So, are you a soul cycler? Huh? So, moving on to our fourth money language. This one I hope is not too offensive. We called it Shein. I don't know about you, but when I think about the cheapest store in the world, I think about, you know, getting that order from Shein and it smells like it just came out of the factory in China.
Yeah, and it still has those threads hanging loose, you know what I mean? And it's not a diss on Shein, like we've both ordered.
It's fully a diss on
We
Shein.
know, you know when you're ordering from Shein, the quality that you're getting. You do.
That's because you're, no offense, but you're being cheap. And that's what this fourth money language is. It's someone
cheapo. Flat out.
We're sugarcoating it. Shein. So what you're doing is you're working hard, you're making a ton of money, and you are not spending a dollar. You're not. You're being so careful. You won't go out with friends because that's money. You won't buy birthday gifts for people. That's money.
You'd rather walk than take an Uber.
And not that like we need to be rude because like
We're not. Being cheap is not being rude. Like it's not a diss on people who are being cheap. Good for you.
You're saving all your money, which is an amazing thing, but it's just to an extreme. And we're realizing that, you know, it's making a ton of money and saying, oh, I'm not going to go hang out with my friends tonight because that would cost $12 to go out to sushi. I'm not going to the bar because this is a fact that drinks are way overpriced and I'd rather just stay home and watch Netflix because that's free. Actually, it's not.
It's not. Your parents pay for that subscription. So ask yourself, are you Shein? Our last and final money language is what we like to call the London Tipton. And that means that you are someone that has no concept of money. You think money grows on trees. You think money automatically shows up on your debit or credit card. Daddy takes away your credit card every now and then because you swipe way more often than you should, or even over your credit card limit, which we'll get to.
It's just not understanding the value of the dollar. It's walking into Nordstrom's, it's seeing a shirt for $100 and being like, that's an amazing deal, I'm gonna grab it.
Yeah,
or maybe not even think that a deal, just like grabbing it no matter what.
Yeah, but I think it goes beyond that. I think that no one is sitting here saying, I don't know the value of a dollar. Think about it in terms of $100. And even if you know the value of $100, what about $1,000? And what about $1,500? Like I know once you get into like $5,000,
it just gets theoretical.
It's theoretical. It's Monopoly money. It's settlers' resources. Like you have no idea what it is. And really, like I know we're joking. Like London Tipton seems like an airhead, but like so many of us, including Talia and I, which is why we're sitting here right now.
We were London Tipton.
We were. I mean, I'd love to look like her. Like she's stunning, but I don't want that mentality. I want to know. I don't want to be clueless. I don't want to think that money grows on trees. So
and that's exactly where we're starting here. So it doesn't matter if you're a London Tipton. It doesn't matter if you're a roller coaster. Even if you're a soul cycler, everyone has what to improve on in their relationship with money. And that's where we're starting here. So we hope that while we said these 5 money languages, you were able to relate to maybe one of them, maybe 2 of them. Like you're not necessarily just one. Maybe one day you're a soul cycler, you know, you did a sick job, and the next day you were a closet eater. You know, it
happens. And that's okay. But throughout the course, we're going to work with you. We're going to learn together. Talia and I are bringing you along on our journey. And together, we'll figure this out.
So now that we have you confused and questioning every single action you've ever taken in your life, the fun does not stop there, because in our next video, we will be telling you the one thing that you need to do after knowing your relationship with money.
We're not going to spoil it here, so check out our next video. But thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you again soon.
Bye.